Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Zoe, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. First of all, I want to say thank you for all the new followers, and I reached 100 followers. I cannot believe this. I want to say thank you. I'm so excited. I did a giveaway on my Instagram. It's already over. Yesterday I picked a winner, and yeah, I wanted to film something for last week, but life is life. I didn't have the motivation and time to do this, so yeah, I will film now. And today is a special video. If you watched my my book journal video, you will know that is the camera uneven? Hold on. Yeah, it was. I'm sorry. So if you knew, if you watched my book journal video, you will know that I originally planned to not do a TBR for this month, and this is still true. I have not an actual TBR, but I have a few Buddyreads and my Thrillathon TBR for this month, and I want to talk about this now. So I think first of all, let's talk about the Buddyreads that I joined for this month. The first two are Buddyreads that I joined, and then the next one are the book club picks from the Patreons that I'm in. So the first one is Vampire Academy, the first book of the series by Rachel Mead, and I'm like so excited for this one. This is my old German copy of it. That it was printed 2009. I think I read this book in 2011. It's time flies by, okay? I read the series, so I'm excited to read this again, because when I remember back, I actually never finished the series. I think I stopped every time by the last book before I read the last book, because I just don't want to finish the series, and till today I'm really excited to know what's happened in the last book. I think I read this, I can't even remember, so I'm excited to read this with the Citadel. This is in this book it's about Rose Hathaway. She's half human, half vampire, and she is in training to be I don't know the English word for it, a guard for her best friend Lissa, who is the princess of the vampires. She's the last one of her family tree, and yeah, I'm so excited. I really like the series, and I'm excited to read this again. So then the next one is also something that a Buddyread from the Citadel. This one will start at the end of October, so I have quite some time to mentally prepare for this book. And this is Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, and this is the German edition of it. I originally planned to read this book in June, based on the Asian readathon who was hosted by with Cindy, but I never got to this book. I forgot that I have it, and yeah, I don't know what's actually about in this book. I only knew that everyone loves this book or recommend the series Poppy War, and this has a hefty amount of trigger warnings. I read all of this and I was really shocked about it. I think I did a screensaver or a screen video about the trigger warnings when I scrolled through it, and I'm scared, okay? And I'm thankful I'm reading this with a few people on the Citadel, so I'm not alone when I think I got to the heavy parts of it. The next book, I transferred this book from September to now October. I need to finish The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. But what means need? I don't need to finish this. I want to finish it. I actually enjoyed the stories. Sorry, I think I'm currently in the last part of it, in part 4. Yeah, and chapter 52. I think could be more into it because I listened to this as an audiobook in a German version. I can definitely recommend this to you when you're not when English is not your main language and you want to listen. This is my first high fantasy that I ever read, I think, knowingly. I think I started Game of Thrones a few years ago but never finished it. And so this is the first time I actually really got into a high fantasy book. So this was obviously a lot, and the German version saved the day, and I got to this book and I really enjoyed it so far. The German version is split into 2, so I gave the first book of the German version, I gave 5 stars. I think it was till part, I don't know anymore, I think part 3, till part 3 was the first book. So I'm loving it so far and I'm excited to finish this. And the next one is not a buddy read, but this is something I want to finish this month, okay? And this is Storms of Autumn by Diana Gabaldon. I read this since April, I think, and I cannot stand it any longer. On my Goodreads books, what I'm currently reading, I just want to be this book gone from it. I have no longer enjoyed the reading time with it. I think I'd say this in my book series I need to finish. I asked the question, what can an author write so long in one book that makes actually sense? And this is a question I ask me all the time. It's just, you're just rambling around the time. I mean, it's an adult book. I don't know in which state in your life you go into the story with historical romance, historical books, and just be like, I read 1,000 pages about the same fucking thing without anything happen. Nothing happens. You get no explanation, real explanation why Claire was able to do the time travel thing. You just got presented there, and then when in the 3rd book it finally gets a little bit more explained. Claire was just like, I just don't want to hear it. I mean, I'm there. I'm just living my life 200 years ago with no clue why I was able to travel to the fucking stones 3 fucking times and survive. Like, what the fuck? So, I want to finish this one and then I need a break from it. I need a break from Outlander. The series is better, the TV series, because they skipped the boring parts of it and show the actual thing what's happened in there. And I cannot believe that they make so many episodes in one series for the first book. Like, what the actual fuck? I just don't want to read it anymore. If I can finish this month, I will DNF this. Now let's get to the Patreon reads. So the first one I will read this month is Empire of Gold. This is the last book of the Devapad trilogy that we are reading in the Citadel. This is the secondary book club pick from Mel Reads, and I'm so excited to listen to this. I don't read this actually. I had a hard time going through the first book, so I enjoyed the audiobook version of it really much. And I just want to mention it here, people in the Citadel who can actually speak the language that the people speak in the Devapad trilogy say that the narrator of the audiobook say some things, some of the words wrong. So if you have a problem with that, don't listen to this. I can't. The problem that I have with the words, I'm not familiar to. I just don't know what they're saying. So I'm just skipping to these words and think it will make sense in the end. But so far I'm enjoying the story, and I'm so excited to finish this series this month. I will read The Le Fantasma, the Le Fantasma book club pick. And this one is Paola, Santiago and the River of Tears. I have no idea what's about it. My first plan was to not read this, and then I see a lot in the Citadel people loving this book. It's a middle grade, so it should be not that heavy, and so I decided to join the Buddyread for that, because why not? It's a middle grade. It will have more time with it. And then we go to Olivia Reads I'd's Patreon book club pick, and with this book we got also into my Thrillathon TBR, because this book is a part of it. Makes sense, okay? It will make sense in the end. When I'm honest with you, the page Olivia Reads I'd book club pick is, by the way, a White Smoke from Tiffany D. Jackson. I never read something from her before. I don't know the author. I don't know why I picked this for the Thrillathon. I just read the bingo card at the moment, and I don't know what exactly I picked this for. It's okay, I will pick this for the Thrillathon. I have no fucking idea for what, but I don't know what's about in this book. Tiffany Jackson takes 6 class. Okay, this is a haunted house story. So this is a haunted house story I read in the in-text, and this was my giveaway winning from Lucy's giveaway. I forgot to post this, Lucy, but this book arrived here safely. Thank you for winning this. I mean, I was selected random, but I'm so excited, and I'm happy for you that you are thriving on YouTube and Instagram. And I actually got another book too that will also fit to a prompt, I think, but I have something different for this prompt, so stay tuned. So I don't know in which prompt I will be reading this, but I accidentally, I don't know why I did this, but I added this to my Amazon wish list. This is how this book got selected by Lucy, and it sent it to me. And when I opened the package, I first thought was, didn't I buy this the last couple of days? And then I discovered that I bought this as an audiobook, but I'm living for it because I can, one of the bingo card prompts is go for a walk, and so because I can't go for a walk in silence, I need to have something around me. I will listen to White Smoke when I do the walk as an audiobook version of it, and I'm really excited about it. So thank you, Lucy, for sending me this, and I'm so excited to get into the story. I know a lot of people rereading this, and this got me more hyped. I hope I like it. Not in the end, this is a book that I don't like, and I like really that it's purple. Purple is my color. I'm living for it. I love purple. So let's talk about the next prompts, and then I will see where this fits in. I choose that. So how many books I need to read? 7 books. If you read for each prompt a book, it will be 7. So I will use this as a scary book because it's a haunted house story and it's scary, and I get easily scared. So I regret that. So then for this, I know what I wanted. So the first one that I get here from my Thrillathon TBR this is the second one. It's Final Girls by Rady Sacher. and I get recommended in my I ask on my Instagram story which books do you recommend for people that are easily scared and not familiar with thrillers, and this is the first time. And a lot of people recommend Riley Sager books. So I found them on site, cheap, used. So I will read Final Girls. This is my thriller choose for this pick, and I'm really excited. It's actually that what it says. It's about Quincy. She was a student when she survived a massacre on a party, and she always thinks about it, and she knows 2 other girls who also survived something like that, and then one of those girls get killed, and she wants to survive again. So Quincy wants to survive. So I will read that. And then for the mystery pick, I choose another Riley Sager book. This is the German edition. That's called The Black Sea, but it's The Last Time I Lied, or something like that. The Last Time I've Lied. The Last Time I Lied, and it's They Are on the Sea. I mean the German version called The Black Sea. So, but they are on the Black Sea. Okay. I mean, it is a Black Sea. It's called Lake Midnight. So, oh my god. The main character calls like my sister. That's weird. I always choose books that are not called like my family. Okay, but so 15 years ago, from Emma, 2 of her friends just disappeared in the night. Till the day they did not find her, the friends, and now Emma goes back to the Lake Midnight, and then the same story happens again. 2 girls disappear. 3 girls disappear. So I'm excited for that. This is my mystery pick. I mean, it's also a thriller, yeah, but it's a mystery. Isn't it not every thriller mystery? I mean, you just want to know who's the killer. So I will not say that every mystery is a thriller, but every thriller is a mystery. So, okay, for slasher I choose No Exit. It's, I think, if I can remember it, I don't know the author of it. Wait a second. No Exit is on the way to me. I bought this after Lauren from Lauren Love Flippers recommended this book to me. It's on the way to me, and it's from the author. No Exit is from the author Taylor Adams, and when I remember back, it's okay. So it's about Darby Thorne. I think it's funny to see that the English version has a lot more description than the German version of it. So she, on her way to Utah, Darby gets caught by a fierce blizzard in the mountains of Colorado, and so it's impossible to go more on her way. So she needs to stop, and there's find us a place where she can stay, and they're completely dangerous, and she wants to call someone home, and then she goes outside and find a girl in a van who's locked in an animal crate, and then she tries to save the girl, and just to discover who was the person who locked the girl. Yeah, this was the worst description of a book that I ever made in a video. This is a historical moment. I asked how bad can I do this, and I choose yes. So this is for that. This is the slasher. This is the thriller. This is the mystery. Paranormal. Let's go to the paranormal. I mean, White Smoke can be a paranormal too, but for the paranormal I choose a special book because I wanted one book that is not a thriller, slasher, whatever, on the list, this is also a paranormal book, and this book will also fit the prompt, a book that I keep putting off because I want to read this book since it came out and I never read it, and I bought it and I did not read it. So, and this is it's still in this foil, okay? It's Red Redemption by Jennifer Armentrout. This is a German edition of it, so that's why it's called Red Redemption. But it's the brightest star of, this is how the book called, the brightest star, and this is from the Origin series by her. This is a spin-off to the Lux series, and I mean, it's paranormal, it's about aliens, so it will fit the prompt, okay? But it's also a book that I keep putting off. So I mean, the White Smoke from Tiffany Jackson will, I think, also fit in the paranormal prompt with ghosts, haunted house. But if there's not an actual ghost there, which I believe that I just assume something, this will fit. So I will finally read this, and I just discovered also that this is not the last book of a series. There's still one more book to go, and I don't have no fucking idea which book this the next one is. But when I look at my shelf, I have a lot of books that I fit also the prompt. Keep putting off because I have an actually TBR shelf that is full. So I will find a book that fit into this prompt. And if you don't know, it's about Evie. I will not explain about much what's about this, because this is a spoiler if you don't read the Lux series by her. Yeah, but these are all the books. I don't want to have a TBR. No, we have a lot of books on there. 8 books, 9 books, 10 books. It's 10 books! What the fuck? This is a TBR. Why just keep saying I don't have a TBR? I have 11 books, 10 books, something like that on my TBR. What the fuck? Okay, so this was all the books that I want to read in this month. I have a TBR actually now, but I'm so excited to get all of these books, to read all of those books. I'm so excited for the Thrillathon. If you want to join the Thrillathon, there's a lot of time now. I will, by the time I will post this video, I will schedule my reading sprints that I do on my channel. But all the links that you need to know are down in the description. If you want to follow me on Goodreads, so you can follow me which books I currently reading. I try out Storygraph at the moment, so I will link that also down below. But I have no idea how these things work, okay? I need to still figure it out, because my problem with Storygraph is that Storygraph is an English site, so I had a lot of trouble to find the German editions of my book. And I mean, I will not be hyper correct, but the German editions of the books have normally 50 to 100 pages more than the English editions. So I want all the pages count, okay? Because I read them. There's written the same thing than in the English edition, but I want to count the 100 pages more that I read, okay? Because there's no fucking way that I read a book that is the English version of it has 600 pages and my German edition has 790 pages in it, okay? So, yeah. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I have enjoyed my time to edit this one. And then I will see you on my next video, or I think in this sprint. I will see you in my sprint. I'm so excited. Okay, bye.